You're building your dream business, but one wrong move could leave you legally exposed. That's why legal templates are so powerful. They help you to stay protected without a hefty legal bill. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the must-have legal templates for online business owners and how to use them, most importantly, the right way. Ready? Let's do this. Hi, my name is Jim Hart. I am an online business and trademark lawyer, and I help online businesses to get and stay legally protected so that you can focus on growing your business without worrying what might go wrong. Imagine you're in a world where you're landing a new client, you're launching a new course, or maybe you're hiring your first team member, but you're doing it without a contract. Or maybe you're running an online store without a clear refund policy in place. Or, and this is the worst, you're collecting emails and you don't have a privacy policy in place. Shh, I won't say anything. Each of these decisions is a potential legal minefield, and most of you and most business owners don't even realize it. And that is where legal templates come in. They give you a solid legal foundation, save you time, and help you avoid expensive mistakes without having to hire a lawyer for every little thing. Now, full disclosure, I'm a lawyer. This video is not legal advice, so I recommend before you do anything, you definitely should talk to a lawyer to make sure you're doing things the right way. If you're on a budget and you just need some quick information, I'm here to help you with that today. So let's break down the legal templates that every single online business owner should have in place for their business. If you work with clients, maybe you're a coach, a consultant, a designer, or maybe even an agency, then you definitely need a client services agreement. And here's a couple of the things that you need to make sure that agreement includes. Number one, and most importantly, scope of work. You need to make sure the contract says exactly what you're going to be responsible for doing and exactly what the client is responsible for doing. You don't want any mistakes here. And you definitely want to make sure that you don't get into what's called scope creep, which is where clients start to ask you for things that are outside the scope of what you're supposed to do. I can tell you from experience that's a big problem, and if you don't have a clear scope of work in your contract, then it's very easy for clients to take advantage of the situation. Secondly, you need payment terms. You need to know how you're going to get paid, when you're going to get paid, how much you're going to get paid, all those things. You need to make sure that's spelled out in your contract. Third, refunds. What are you going to do if a client comes to you after you've done some of the work and says, you know what, I've decided I don't want to move forward with this anymore, I need a refund. How are you going to handle that? Is the fee that they paid you, is it refundable? Is it non-refundable? Is it partially refundable? What are you going to do? It's always helpful to have a policy in your contract that deals with refunds. Termination. What happens if you've got a client who becomes difficult or unruly or doesn't want to work with you anymore or stops paying or anything like that? You want to make sure you have something in the contract that deals with how you can terminate, when you can terminate the contract without you getting into trouble or getting into a situation where a client could sue you. And then dispute resolution. So if you do get in that situation where you and the client have a disagreement and potentially someone's calling breach on the other person and you're staring down a potential lawsuit, if the contract's big enough, then you definitely want to have something in the contract about dispute resolution, meaning that's going to be an arbitration clause, a mediation clause, something like that that details how you're going to resolve disputes should something arise with the client. Without these 5 very simple clauses in place in your client services agreement, you risk misunderstandings for one, you risk late payments if the client doesn't know when they're supposed to pay or how they're supposed to pay you. You risk refunds or chargebacks and other potential legal disputes. So you definitely want to make sure you have a client services agreement in place. I will tell you, in my law practice, this is one of the first documents that clients hire us to prepare for them because it's just that important.
It was Lagun Rodan. If you like what you saw in this video and want something similar to be done to your content in order to boost your views, feel free to reach out to me via my DM or through the link in my bio. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Ciao.